Now that you've had the opportunity to practice your E form bar chords, let's talk about the other most common movable bar chord shape, which are the A form bar chords. Just like the E forms, the A form chords are all based around A chord shapes, open position A chords that we have already known. So for example, we have our A chord, our A minor, our A7, our A minor 7. If you consider those shapes, remember, much like the E forms, we're just going to move those chords up and add a bar. The big difference will be that our bar will now only be across 5 strings rather than 6, and the root note, the name of the chord, will actually be on the 5th string. So you may want to take a second and review your 5th string notes. A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Make sure that you can work up that 5th string because that's going to make this a lot easier. Let's take the A chord. Our A chord, we would normally play with fingers 1, 2, and 3. I want you to substitute fingers 2, 3, and 4 for that A chord. Now scoot it up a fret and add that bar, following all the same directions, pointing at the sky, rolling back towards the headstock. And now strum strings 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This chord is A sharp or B flat because the note on the 5th string is A sharp or B flat. If we take the whole shape and move it up a fret, we have B. Up a fret, we have C. C sharp, D, and so on. The same thing is true if we look at the other shapes for these A form bar chords. So I'm going to work through them really quickly for you. So the first one, the one we just did, is the major shape. So we have either first finger, second, third, and fourth fingers, strumming strings 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, B flat major. The other way to do this chord is to actually lay a bar with your third finger and then a bar with your first finger. So now, rather than using 2, 3, and 4, you're just laying a second bar down, and it has the same effect. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, A sharp or B flat major. The next shape is the minor shape. So, for the minor shape, think of your A minor chord. And again, substitute fingers 2, 3, and 4, scoot everybody up a fret, and bar across 5 strings. A sharp minor. If we put our pinky on the 2nd string at the 3rd fret, and put our second finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, we now have a new shape, a new movable shape. This is called the major 7 shape. It's a very jazzy chord. You'd hear this very commonly in jazz. And again, the shape is movable. The next shape, if you lift up the 2nd finger from that previous shape, we now have a 7 chord shape. A sharp 7. If you keep your 3rd finger and your bar, and we add just our 2nd finger, now we have a minor 7 shape. So, all of the A forms, major, minor, major 7, 7, and minor 7. And remember that these are all movable. At the 1st fret, the root note is A sharp or B flat, so those were all A sharp or B flat chord shapes. But I can move it anywhere. If I go up to the 5th fret, I now have D major, D minor, D major 7, D7, D minor 7. And all of these chord shapes are in the textbook on pages 60 and 61. So refer back to those. They're also, of course, in this video. With these chord shapes, you can now combine your E form and A form movable shapes and play 95% of the popular music that you'll ever hear on the radio. I'm going to include a very, very brief, short list of popular songs that use A and E form bar chords. There are literally tens of thousands of songs that you can play just using your A and E form bar chords. So you will want to start to practice switching between the two. And a great example is just to play your F major chord, E form, switching to your A sharp or B flat major chord, A form. And just practice switching between those two shapes. Try it with the double bar. Now if we take this exercise and just move it up, now I'm playing F sharp major to B major. And just as an example, if I take this same exercise and do it at the first fret, F major to B flat, E form at the fourth fret, G sharp major to C sharp major, A form, I have Nirvana. So you can see, Smells Like Teen Spirit just moves back and forth between our A form and our E form. So the next slide will be a list of songs to start out with that will help you to practice this. By knowing these two movable chord shapes and all of the chords that make up these two, the E form and the A form, there are so many things that you can start to work on.